Let's see. Today is June 16th, Wednesday. This video is just kind of a rant. I don't know. There's some thoughts I was thinking about today. Of course, I had my follow up with the oncologist and then labs done. So my labs look decent enough. Since I started getting that shot Zarzio or something like that to help with my white blood cells. My white blood cells did go back up. So I only have to do that shot 3 days instead of 5 days. So I only have to really be at the cancer center 5 days instead of all 7 of them. So yay for that. For the most part, I feel okay. Like I don't just more tired things, I go do something and it's like I gotta go take a nap or rest or something like that. Even doing a couple dishes, you know, do them and gotta go sit down. There was this video I seen of this guy. Yeah, it was like a little skit thing. He shows that aspect of it is like you go and you do something and then you're like going to lay down and rest. Um, it's a very small thing and then you're just tired, it wipes you out. So I definitely feel that. Um, I guess I said I wanted to rant about something. There was some so I'm in some Facebook groups, obviously, right? And a few years back I started looking into groups for endometriosis. Although when I first started looking, I noticed that a lot of the groups were more based in overseas, like in Europe and UK or over there. And I still kind of joined them just to kind of see what they talked about and what they were experiencing and kind of how their healthcare system works for all of that. So that was kind of interesting. And then kind of the years have gone on, more groups have come about for endometriosis, which is really awesome to see. Um, you know, is if you've watched some of the other videos, I've talked about it kind of briefly. I was diagnosed with it in my early 20s, and I've never shared that with a lot of people. I've never really talked about it. I didn't really tell people about what I was experiencing or any of that. So, you know, joining these groups now and looking back at some of these people or some of these women that are starting this journey and kind of like, oh yeah, I experienced some of that, or I didn't realize that was related to that or this or whatnot. Um, and then back in April, I did join some breast cancer groups as well. Right before I got the diagnosis officially, um, I did join some of those groups as well to kind of, I guess, prepare my mind in a sense to what to expect, what might happen, kind of thing. Um, but I have noticed that there seems to be people out there who really act like they know everything and that they really seem to kind of force that way of thinking on people, and it's kind of disheartening. It just seems like everybody has the internet and now these days, and you just jump on there and become, I don't know what they call a keyboard warrior, because like you're gonna write this down, but you would never say that to somebody's face. I don't really understand that aspect. Like, you join these groups to help be more supportive, like help women go through whatever it is that they're going through. and not be so, I don't know, judgy, I guess, in a sense. Like, I'm not gonna lie though, sometimes in the endometriosis group especially, like, I kind of wish those were a bit um more exclusive in a sense, because there seems to be people out there who join these groups, and it almost, in a sense, almost makes me feel like they're joining it so they know how to, I don't know, act in a sense, or portray something that they're not actually going through to make it more like believable. Like they don't actually have it, and they're just, I don't know, maybe hypochondriacs. I don't know, but because with endometriosis, they've noticed that some of those groups, it's like, these women go through this process and they get the surgery, because as of right now, the only way to officially diagnose endometriosis is through surgery, exploratory surgery at this time. Okay. There's, you know, from everything that I've seen, everything I've talked about with my own doctor, that's just how that is right now. Because it doesn't show up on scans. It's not a disease that's very can't even think of the word. They haven't done a lot of research on it. They haven't done a lot for women who have it. Okay. So as of right now, the only way to officially be diagnosed, the official diagnosis, is through surgery. And it seems like some of these women go through the surgery and they come out clean. They post their pictures, because they do give us pictures. They post these pictures and they have healthy looking female body parts down there. And it's like, them, I feel so, I don't even know what the words they use. Sometimes I'm just like, what? Like, your thing looks healthy. Like, mine's all scarred. It looks gross and looks awful. And I don't know. Maybe some of it's in the head. Possibly, like you surround yourself to believing something like that, or you just, I don't know. Sometimes it just feels like some of these people are just wanting attention. I don't know. Maybe that's why I never really shared any of that with anybody. Like, it sucked. I was always in pain. And there's an ex boyfriend that I talked to recently. He remembers me being in pain a lot and going through problems and stuff like that. And I never, I don't know. I guess like some of it, like I don't really remember. Like I know at some point, I think it was just living with pain, like all the time. Like that's just my normal. Like it was just how I had to be. It was just something, like I never felt like my doctor was ever gaslighting me or making me feel like it was in my head or anything. Like he listened to me, and I never, like some of these people are like, oh, you asking for pain medications, and I'm like, man, I think there was one time that I was so bad that I actually asked. But other than that, I never asked for pain medication. I wanted more of a solution than just a cover up. Like, I don't really understand that. Like, you're just gonna take a pill, so that way in a few hours it'll just come back? Like, I'd rather have the root cause of what's going on than a cover up. I don't see. I guess that's, I don't know. I'm not your average go girl, or I'm gonna stand by stand by you no matter what person. I'm gonna be like kind of like real. Like if you're I'm gonna look at you and be like, yeah, no, or something. I just I don't know. I don't understand being fake. Like, if somebody's wrong, I'm gonna be like, no, that's wrong. That's not how that works. Or, you know what I mean? I don't, some people I just don't get. Like, I know my boyfriend and I were talking earlier about a little closer to home situation. And, I told him, I said, I wonder if some part of the situation that we were talking about that both of us left us kind of opposite in some sense. In the other sense, it's more like it wouldn't have gotten as far as that situation got to because I would have spoken up. I would have been like, hey, da da da, this and this and this kind of situation. But I don't know. But I think most people that know me know that I don't really stand for things. Like, if I notice something, I'm gonna call you out on it. Like, I'm gonna be like, hey, no. Or yeah, I guess that's what kind of bothers me about some of these support groups. Like, you're there to support somebody, but even at the same sense, it's like, I get being a little bit more like real about a situation, but being so determined that your opinion is right or what you're saying is fact. I don't know. Some of that just kind of like, what? Like, would you, before you write that down, would you actually say that to somebody's face? That might be the question. Before you start writing your keyboard warrior sword, or would you actually tell somebody that to their face? No? Oh, then you probably shouldn't be saying it, right? Who knows? People are silly. I guess humans, they're all silly. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that was kind of bothering me a bit. I was thinking about it, just going through some of these things, and I'm like, why did you here support somebody and you're being this way? I don't know. I know I had asked a question in one of the groups, and it was more like, have you done this during this? And I got a lot of opinions, and it's like, I just wanted to be like, I didn't ask for your opinion. Like, that's not what I was asking here. I just need you to tell me, if you did, what was your experience? Like, not, oh, you're too afraid to live your life. That's great. That's really awesome. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna play that. Like, because that just seems like you're allowing this to take your life over, and I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm gonna listen to my doctors and not somebody who had a different experience than I did. Like, I don't, like, somebody in in one of those groups, in the breast cancer groups, had talked about cold capping. And man, there were some really nasty comments that went along with that. And I was like, huh. It's like, well, I'm glad I didn't ask that question. Like, my doctor brought it up to me. The MA brought it up to, had talked about it to me. And I'm like, the doctor, I don't know if I've been fortunate enough with some of these doctors that they do something instead of just like listen and just think, this person's crazy or I don't know, whatever that situation might be. But my doctor put in the referral for the cold cap for me to go talk to somebody about this cold cap, right? And I don't know, cold capping is the thing you put on your head that circulates like cold. It's like I guess it's non-toxic antifreeze that circles through your thing, and it's supposed to help with hair loss, right? So I don't lose my hair while I go through these chemo treatments. And like I said, one gal asked about it, and there was a bunch of nasty people saying that it hurt and all this stuff, and I'm like, what? And a lot of it was more like it wasn't their experience with it because they didn't actually do it. It was somebody else who did cold capping. Like you're gonna share somebody else's story. Like, no, I don't really understand that. But I just, I put a comment on there. I'm like, hey, I started chemo on this date on June 3rd, and I decided to do cold capping, and so far, so great. I haven't had anything more than normal when I wash my hair. So yay me. And my MA even said that she said most people when you start chemo, like after that first treatment is when most people start, like it's when you start losing your hair. It's noticeable. And even the second treatment, people notice it. So I've had 2 treatments now and I haven't had any hair loss than what I would normally have. So I don't, hey, if it's working, it's working. It's working for me. Still have. I've been really good about not trying to wear it up either, but I'm in Washington, just in case somebody comes across this. It's been hot. We had a couple 90-degree days, which is abnormal for for Washington. It's not, especially in June, and this week it's supposed to be in the 80s or whatever. So, it's been a little warm. So I kind of wanted it off my neck. But, cold capping, it's working for me. But I have a lot of hair. I really do. My hair is short. I cut my hair short for work because I didn't want to have to keep putting it up. And putting up that much hair actually was putting a lot more stress, which was triggering migraines for me. So I decided to cut it short, and then I could leave it down at work. I'm not having to put it up every day, 5 days a week. I get to wear my hair down. But yeah, I don't really. Why some of these people have to be so negative about things? Like, why not? Why are you gonna share the negativity? Why not be positive? We're in this sucky ass situation that none of us asked for, and you just want to be negative about it. All right, get that, get that side. I'd rather be positive. I no, I'm not dwelling on any of this. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know if I shared on this channel or whatever that I haven't been like too overly emotional. There are a few times that I did cry. Um, I cried after the mammogram and ultrasound when the radiologist came in and talked to me. On my way home, I cried. Even though at that point it wasn't confirmed, it was like at that point I knew what it was, sadly. Um and I think there was even a moment when I was talking to my boyfriend, and I think it was after we went down and talked to my parents. And I'd asked him like how was he doing with all this and what his thoughts were and whatever. And I said to him, I was like, thank you for not leaving. And he kind of looked at me weird, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm in those groups, and some of these women have talked about where their husbands have just like up and left them, and or their significant others are just like, it's like, no, I can't do this or whatever. I don't want to do this, and they just leave." And he was like, "Well, I don't want to do this, but I know you don't want to do this. You don't have a choice. Like, what? What am I gonna do?" You didn't ask for it. You didn't say, "Hey, put the cancer in me," or anything like that. And so I don't know, but there was something that he had said that kind of got to me. He said that, um, here I'm put this strong face on, strong look on for everybody to see, and he catches moments of where I look terrified. I guess, and sometimes I'm a little like, I don't know that I would necessarily use the word terrified, but the point of being like, I don't really know what's gonna happen next. Like what? And pretty much the only person that, well, I shouldn't say I mean, my aunt my aunt Lucy, she had breast cancer and she passed from it, and that was over 30 years ago. And she was in her early 30s. I mean, I'm in my 40s now, but still, it, it was like, is that kind of, I had kind of had that, but I don't know. I think I've also said that I don't have a fear of dying, but I have more of a fear of everyone else that I leave behind. I don't like, I worry about everybody else, not not about myself. I guess in a sense. I mean, I'm not looking to die. I'm not giving up or anything like that. No, not any of that. I'm just making a point that I like that the fear of it I don't have, but the fear of everyone else that's gonna hurt, that's what gets me. That's what gets um so yeah, my emotions really, I don't know, I haven't had too many bouts of crying or breaking down. Um I did when one of my friends reached out to me. I hadn't talked to her in a while because she had a whole situation going on, and she's like, "Hey, I'm in town. How's it going?" And I told her, and she's like, "I'm coming over." And she stopped what she was doing and she just came over, and I think I needed that. I needed her to kind of be here, and I miss her a lot. Like, she doesn't live in the state, and I'm really bummed. But I did cry. I cried a couple times. Um, I talked to her over the phone, and then when she came over, I didn't break down. But after she left, I was crying, and then the next day we talked on the phone, and I was crying again. So, uh, I guess, yeah, this is another thing. I had a lot of, I posted on my Facebook. I made it public to everyone on my Facebook what what was going on. And I didn't realize how many people actually paid attention to my stuff, which I didn't really think, I don't post personal things. I reshare Disney stuff, and maybe there's some things about the color purple and some things about endometriosis, but I don't really talk about anything that's going on in my life. And I posted a video, and it's just like, hey, this is what's going on. And the amount of people that watched that video and reached out to me, I was really surprised. But I guess in a sense, I really shouldn't have been, because I have a love for Disney. I love Mickey Mouse. Like, that's just been my thing since I was a kid. And I get tagged a lot in Mickey Mouse stuff or Disney things, and people send me messages all the time and tag me stuff. And people I went to elementary school, junior high, high school, or even some old jobs that I'm friends with some of them on Facebook, and just randomly tag me. Sometimes we might not even talk. When I say hey, but hey, they'll tag me on something, and that just that kind of warms my heart. Like, hey, I left a mark on somebody, or like you see this and you think of me. That feels that feels awesome. I'm not gonna lie, that makes my day. It really does make me happy when I see that stuff. So if you're one of them, thank you. I appreciate it. I do enjoy my Disney stuff. Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse all the way. I drive my boyfriend nuts with it too. Oh, the little things in life. But yeah, I I guess that wasn't too much of a rant. Huh? Just wandering thoughts, things that are here and there and nowhere in between. I don't know. Like I said, I've had a lot of people reach out and just said, "Hey, if you need anything, let me know." I'll be honest, I don't have a clue. I don't know. But hey, if you think of something, just do it. If somebody comes in your life and they tell you they have cancer or they have this illness or something, I would highly suggest actually being there for the person, instead of being like, hey, I'm here for you. Just let me know what you need. Because I guarantee you, they do not know what they need. I don't have a clue. I really don't. I don't really know what I need. In some senses, to where I would feel comfortable asking for. Does that make sense? Because you know what? I'm going through this cancer treatment and I'm not able to work. I was told that no working. I am not allowed to do my job because I work at an airport. And because my airport is international, I can't risk it. Because somebody comes something, brings something, whatever, I could end up in the hospital. So I can't work. So, if you can help them by, I don't know, funds or gift cards, gas gift cards, because man, going back and forth can be a lot, and or groceries, gift card to a grocery store, or making them dinner or whoever, just like, hey, I'm gonna bring this over. Um, can I come over at this? Something like that. Just action, I guess, more action than, or even coming over. I don't mind people stopping by. Hey, you wanna come sit with me for a little bit? Or hey, take me, and go for a walk. I do need to get up and move. I still got to do that. It might be a short walk, but I go for a walk. Maybe not in the middle of the day, because, geez, like I said, it's been kind of hot. And I don't usually mind the heat, but kind of not feeling it great. So heat's a little different now. But yeah, just actions. Because I guarantee asking, it's just you're gonna get an I don't know. And honestly, it's a I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why. Or the thought of having to figure that out is just exhausting sometimes. Yeah. If you know that person well, just do something. Send them a card. Send them a little knickknack, keychain with their favorite color, or some inspirational, I don't know, gift card. Yeah. Or even something like for them to go pamper themselves. Go get their nails done, toes done, go get coffee. Actions. Actions, actions, actions. You know, yeah, because making decisions is just hard right now. It's uh, not really. Hmm, yeah, having something like this really does suck. Although, granted that I've kind of lived with something like this all my life, I don't know. I don't even know how to. I don't think you can really compare, honestly. Although I will tell you that the pain that I was feeling in my armpit and my breast a couple weeks ago, I swear to God, was worse than what I was experiencing through one of my episodes with endometriosis. So, I don't know. But maybe it's just over time I became used to the pain in the bottom half. And the pain in the upper half was just worse because it was new. Maybe that's what that was. Not. No, but it was actually worse. Who knows, right? Yeah, I don't know. So this video is random. Again, it's Tuesday. Yo, today's Tuesday, June 16th. I had some follow ups, so I'm happy I don't have to go in 7 days a week at the cancer center. I only have to go there kind of 5 because do it. I go chemotherapy, get that shot thing the day after, the 3 days after. So chemotherapy's on Thursday, and then I'll have to do that shot Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that means I won't have anything to do on Monday. No appointment. Yay! Oh, and I don't know if I shared this already, but I did have a biopsy done on my left breast. I think I did say that. And the result of that is there's no cancer on the left breast. So yay for that. Um, you should go back and watch my videos to see what I said. I do know that I need to correct some information that I said in my little introductory video. I did goof, but I kind of need to write this stuff down because I'll probably goof it again. So I'll probably maybe work on that later. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not trying to be a YouTuber. I'm just sharing my thoughts and my journey through this cancer and I guess some of my endometriosis, right? Some of it, we're going to talk about some of that sometime too. I don't know. Since I wasn't all that open about it and didn't talk about it, I guess maybe I will talk about this because, yeah, I don't know. It's a little more open or a little bit more of a open topic than the endometriosis was, I guess, in a sense. Funny how life works out, right? Although, if there's anybody out there that just wants to be a sugar person, totally up for that. You pay for some stuff. I gotta make joke about things, 'cause, man, this sucks. I was actually, what the sucky thing is? So I had a hysterectomy. I'm gonna say because of the endometriosis, but for the fact that, like, yeah, we're just going with because of endometriosis. So I had the hysterectomy in February. I was gonna be off from February until the end of March, right? And I was like, oh, we're gonna take care of this, and I won't have to worry about it so much. And then I can, get into work, and then I can do a bunch of overtime. Totally did not happen. I went back to work for about 2 weeks, 2 full weeks. And then I was out again because I ended up in the emergency room. Because I ended up, because I was just in, all right, okay. See, like, I'm going to get lost in my own timeline here. So I went back after the hysterectomy, went back for 2 full weeks. And then I had my scans, or the mammogram, the ultrasound done. And then the following week, I ended up in the ER because it's just in a lot of pain. Like, it couldn't, because this was hurting, right? And I was like, man. So the doctor's office said, go to the emergency room or the emergency department. It's not called the ER anymore. Anyway, I went to the emergency department. That physician was like, there's not a lot we can do right now until we find out the results of your biopsy, or we get that biopsy. And so she gave me pain medication, and she put in a referral for a breast specialist. And then she's like, until you can get that stuff done, I'm going to put you off of work so you don't have to worry about it. Oh, I hit pause on my video because my boyfriend came in. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Dang it. Maybe we'll just have to end it there because I don't remember. Oh, this video is probably long enough. Listen to me. Random ramblings of my thoughts of the day. Oh, I guess maybe that's what I was talking about. Like, I wasn't trying to be a YouTuber. Still not trying to be a YouTuber. I'm just here to talk about my journey, or about what I'm going through, what I'm facing. And if somebody along the way is going through breast cancer, has some endometriosis, whatever the situation that could relate to this, then so be it. You happen upon this channel, happen upon one of these videos of me just rambling on about something. It's what this is about. This is a journal for me to talk about what I'm going through, what I'm experiencing, and that's it. If somebody has something negative to say, then you can zip it and take it somewhere else, because that's not what this is about. I'm not here to be negative. I'm going through this, and it's a lot, and it sucks, and yeah, and it's overwhelming. That's I don't Some part of that is like trying to get others in your life to understand like how overwhelming it is. It's like, I know I get snappy with my mom because I'm like, I explain something to her, and then it's like she wouldn't ask me the same question. I'm like, didn't I just tell you? And it sucks. Like, I know my mom loves me, and I know that she's doing it because she loves me and she cares about me, and it sucks that her daughter is going through this. But, things just get overwhelming very quickly. Because sometimes you're just lost in the thought and you're thinking about something, and then you have somebody over here asking you to do this, or they're asking you about that, and you're like, can we stop? Can we not? Like, told my mom and my boyfriend earlier, I was like, okay, I can only do one thing at a time, and I really need you guys to back off a little bit, Like, hey, we were talking about something, and I went to go do it, and then I had both of them asking me about stuff, and I had somebody else messaging me about something, and I was trying to deal with some emails with my supervisor and manager at work, and it's like, whew, I'm gonna lose my mind. Lose my mind. So I said, so somebody you care about, you wanna help that person, just go and do it. Don't wait for them to ask you. Don't be like asking them what they want to do or what they want, or well, you should probably ask them what they want, but don't wait on that in a sense. Like, just put it in action. You want to make them dinner, make them dinner. Be like, hey, I'm gonna make dinner for you on Tuesday. This is what I was gonna make. Is there a problem with that? Maybe we'll go with that. Because there are food sensitivities or food allergies and stuff. You want to be careful. But or hey, I'm off on I'm off on Thursday. Do you mind if I come sit with you or something? Or you want some company? You want to go for a walk? You want to go to a rage room? Whatever. Do. Do. Don't ask. Just do. If you're going to ask questions, make it a very simple yes, no kind of thing. Don't make it oh, you want to go to, hey, you want to go grab a bite to eat? Pick a place. Don't tell them to pick a place. Just be like, hey, I was thinking of this place. Is that cool? Or, you know, you heard them talk about a specific restaurant they wanted to go try. Be like, hey, you talked about so and so. Did you ever get a chance to go do it? If not, do you want to go, or do you still, if they did, was it really good? Let's go again. Whatever. Do. Just do. Don't don't ask that person a million questions. Don't don't try to get them to make a decision on a million things or whatever. Just be more specific in your questions and options for things, in a sense, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm done with this rambling of a video. It's almost 45 minutes in here. Probably actually, I've been in this room for like more than 45 minutes because I hit pause the video a couple of times. But yeah. So if you made it to the end of this video, I'm sorry it's so long. You gotta listen to my randomness of random thoughts. I probably should write things down to keep me on track because, yeah, I probably get lost in some things. But I hope you have a good night. If you're watching this, much love to the family and friends and coworkers and whoever else happens upon this. Thank you for your support. And again, this is positivity vibes only allowed because You know, there's just so much ugliness and negativity in this world. We don't need that here. We are going through positivity, and that is it. Doing positive vibes. So, again, much love, much appreciation to all those that are supporting me through this and helping me out, and just, they've been reaching out, checking in on me, or just checking in on these videos. That way you don't feel like you're bothering me, whatever. You guys can see, you have my phone number, you text me, you have my Facebook thing, Instagram, whatever. Send me a message. I'm not going to be bothered. I may not reply right away because, I might be napping or something, because that tends to happen. I do something and I got to go take a nap. But remember, I don't mind it. I don't mind the company. I don't mind the text. I don't mind that stuff. You know, I appreciate everyone that's been helping me through this. I appreciate it all. So, all right. Have a good night. I will catch you all later in the next video.